like a rivalry game. And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome to Nippert Stadium, one of the grand old cathedrals in the sport and home to the Cincinnati Bearcats. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the UCF Knights, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Cincinnati Bearcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Knights will put toe to leather and will get started. From inside the 15, here comes the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Cincinnati's offense will go on the attack first. Now, guys, let's not forget, the last time these two got together, we had ourselves an absolute classic that has provided motivation for one side ever since, David.
I mean, such a back and forth, such a fun game. Everyone remembers where they were on their couch or in the stadium for that rivalry game.
And that's what rivalry games are supposed to look like. Both teams playing with phenomenal intensity. It's going to go down right to the wire. And you're right, those are the games that make college football special.
They're dealing with a second and long. To the ground with the back. Oh, he's got some space. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you could see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Great move. Now he's got room. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Bearcats will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Defense did a really good job stringing that one out.
You got to see the counter when you start to pull guys, understanding I'm going to spill that ball, make sure it bounces outside, out wide, doesn't come downhill. Great job by the defense understanding that and pursuing to the football.
The Bearcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Right on the money. And he's knocked down.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
The Bearcats come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
And so on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on 4th down. Oh, they're after him. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. The Knights offense will go to work for the first time. And Jesse, they've got a running back that they'd love to feature in this if he is able to answer the challenge.
Yeah, and listen, this guy might not be a Heisman finalist, but he can break off long runs. And this defense, David,
there he goes. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights. And if feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complimentary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And the Bearcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Takes a handoff. It's Walker. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
And the Bearcats really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. To the air, it's Sorsby. Snags it over the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
I love the start for this quarterback on 3rd down. 3rd down, obviously money down, got to have success. But to have success early, now it opens up everything. Like, we trust him. He's got a rhythm going. He's feeling good, and he got a lot of confidence.
He'll keep it himself. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all along in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Hunt is in the air. Takes it on the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Takes the handoff. It's Montgomery. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
The run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. The play-action fake. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Scanning the field, it's Sorsby. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And a nice play by the defense. 3rd and short, you're thinking run most of the time, but a really nice job playing tight on the wide receivers, playing the pass and giving no space for the offense.
The Bearcats will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
He'll pull it on the read. Oh, it's out! And the ball is going to land out of bounds. They'll maintain possession and pick up a few yards in the process. You could just feel a collective sigh of relief when that ball rolled out of bounds.
Yeah, that defense, they looked excited. You see all those bodies trying to run over and jump on that football? That offense is very lucky that thing trickled out of bounds.
He'll do it himself. Short gain on the play before he slides. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Punt is in the air on 4th down. He'll wave for the fair catch and haul it in at the 25. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Bearcats can really attack on this 2nd and short. On the run, it's Walker. Breaks the tackle. He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Running back searching for a hole. Shakes off the defender. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll try to power their way ahead. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. We've put 1 in the books. Let's look at our game summary. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the 1st down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
Close to midfield, 4th down. I think most coaches in college football say that's a green zone now.
Has to be, because there's really not that much to gain by kicking it away.
No, because you kick it in the end zone, they take it out to the 20. You're only picking up how many yards they can return it. So I know if I run a play, I've got a really good chance to get it. So stay aggressive, offensive coaches.
Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
You know, as a quarterback, when you're doing this zone read play, you got to read that defensive end. And if he crashes down hard inside to take the running back away, right away you know now you're keeping the football. Nice job by the quarterback.
Now on 2nd down. 1 running back in the backfield, and he has it. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They're going to ride this running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They've been running it, but now the pass. A spectacular one-hand grab. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. How about that grab? That thing had to be slick, and he just snatched it with one hand.
I mean, that's just crazy how easy he makes the one-handed catch look. Obviously, there's elements, and you got to deal with the weather. That's part of it. But he just said, I am him. One hand, snag it, my ball.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
They'll move the wide receiver. The give to the back. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Hands it off on the counter. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And this defense has had an elite first half. Kept them off the scoreboard. They've put a drive together right before the half. Talk about some momentum. Hold them to a field goal here on this third down. Don't let them get a touchdown. They've played so well this first half.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Ball is on the 10-yard line. They're not thinking field goal. They'll go for it on 4th and short. Trying to keep this drive alive. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Using his legs, it's Montgomery. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And on that RPO, they just can't link up. Timing was a little off. The ball came out quickly, just not the most accurate throw, and the defense was in good position.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Jackson gonna throw it. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
The Bearcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the run. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
And you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
Well, jet sweep pass. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Sorsby. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And to get rid of it quickly. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
And offensively, we know it's hard throwing the ball in third and long situations because the defense can play big zone coverages. They got a lot of guys with their eyes on you, so the QB had no shot there. Nobody open. Nice job not forcing it, not risking a turnover, just throwing it away.
The Bearcats line up to punt it away. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a... Breaks into the open. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble. Since Scott Frost led UCF to that perfect season in 2017, it's been a circuitous path. Not necessarily happy, but he's trying to bring back the magic to UCF.
Yeah, bring back the magic, the excitement. Just there's always so much talent. Jesse, we've called game there for years. Like, so much talent and speed in the state of Florida. And on that roster, it's just about putting it together.
I mean, they were hitting New Year's Six bowl games, it seemed like, year after year when Scott Frost was there last time at the helm. So it's about finding the diamonds in the rough inside the state of Florida and developing that, but they're going to do well in the portal. Now they're in the Big 12. Scott Frost back at UCF. What do you think about that?
Motion from the wide receiver. Handoff to the single running back. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Fires left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
The Knights are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it from the gun. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. They want to run it left here. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. Jackson will throw. Snagged out of the air. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they're going to be gassed.
The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Got a little space. Runs it all the way down to the 8-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal.
I think one of the hardest places to move the football on the field is right outside that fringe area. Now the offense gets to skip that area because it was a great job by this running back making something happen, getting the ball all the way down the field, now set up on 1st and goal.
The Knights trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. How many chances can you afford to waste in the red zone? They've already been stopped twice. Can they come? Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown! Touchdown, UCF! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, you can afford to be a little bit late as a quarterback when you're throwing curl routes into zone coverage when you've got an arm like that. This dude's got a cannon.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Sorsby. Caught in the backfield, it's Caldwell. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Got it in the middle. It's Royer. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on 1st down. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Royer. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
The Bearcats will kick it off to start the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys. They've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. I knew it was going to be tough facing this option game with the quarterback in the running attack, but they've just done such a good job so far staying home, playing their assignments. You saw it on that last play right there. Rallying to the football, nowhere for him to go and creating a big loss.
He works his way to the 21-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They kick it away on 4th down. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little. Oh, he's got some space. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Right back to the well. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Bearcats with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Quarterback sneak, trying to get a push.
Well, they try to go quarterback sneak, and I know to a lot of people that's a play we all take for granted, like it always works. Quarterback sneaks are designed to get just 1 inch. Somehow you've got to come up and do it. But the defense there, David, they bowed up and stopped them.
Did a great job. Listen, everybody knows what's coming. You know it's a quarterback sneak. It's still hard as heck to stop, but nice job by the defensive lineman. Get off the football. Don't allow them to go backwards. Don't push you backwards at all. And then what do you see with linebackers? A lot of times they come flying in there, making the stop. But a nice stop by this defense, expecting the quarterback sneak.
And the Bearcats will snap it on 1st and 10. On the move, it's Walker. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. The Bearcats can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bearcats! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And the defense has to be able to do a better job on the back end, tackling this receiver and keeping him out of the end zone.
PAT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Under fire. The Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Off the play fake. Caught in the backfield, it's Montgomery. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Jackson gonna throw it. Here's the pressure. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And this offense, man, here in the second half, they give up another sack, and they're just not as crisp. Like first half, it felt like they were in a good rhythm. Nice job by this defense. After half, coming out with some adjustments that has confused this offense.
Knights will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets it away from his own end zone. Hauls it in, looking for space. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him, and the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. And you could see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The run to the left. Gets it past the marker. There he goes. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Knights!
Love the play. Offensively, they knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. On the ground, it's Walker. Look out, he's got room. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Bearcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. He'll keep it himself. At the 45 on his way. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
And that is picture perfect by this quarterback. Nice job running the option, seeing he's not covered. Nobody's taking him. They didn't play that responsibility, and he chews up yards and makes the huge play.
Well, look what's happening now. Old Uncle Mo has hit the transfer portal and is changing sidelines. He'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the cornerback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
The Bearcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Sorsby using the quick game. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
It'll be 3rd and long. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Grabbed behind the line, it's Smith. Boy, the defense clamped down on that 3rd down completion and didn't allow him to get forward at all.
You're right, Reese. It looked like they were anticipating a quick throw, and you saw everybody so alert, and they were able to rally to the ball.
Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. Absolutely perfect. That slices the lead to 2.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. And the defense got it. And they get him on the ground. They get the turnover, they get a chunk of yards, and they are in business.
And there's so much skill to these returns. As soon as you get the football, man, watch the defensive guys turn into blockers and understanding how to follow your blockers. And he did everything right except for getting the end zone. Got it inside the 5-yard line. Now set up the offense for great field position.
A huge opportunity, guys, for this offense to take over after the fumble recovery and start 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Second and goal for the offense. They'll move the wide receiver. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? To the air, it's Sorsby. Fires to the end zone. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're on top by 5. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Motion from the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Fox. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. They'll go to the ground. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
Man, he tried to do all he could. He broke 1 tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive coordinator or the offensive line coach is block those guys. Don't watch them tackle our guys.
Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Jackson will throw. And the pass falls incomplete, and we've played 3. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. The Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. It's complete to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Tight end now in motion. Toss sweep to the right. They drag him down behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that hasn't happened very often. He has had a tremendous night.
And after taking a loss on that last run, a little bit of pressure right now for this offense on their own side of the field. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but this is a critical 3rd down that they have to convert. They don't want to give the ball back and put the pressure on their own defense.
Unloads to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits him right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
The Bearcats will line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. offense in a bunch formation. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Jackson going to throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. The sure hands, it's Walker. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
The Bearcats have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Trying to move them on the counter. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll give it to him again. Oh, he's got a chance. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game.
Really nice job by the running back here in the 4th quarter, picking up that 1st down. They need him now. They've got the lead, but not by a lot late in the game. They need him to play his best football at a moment in the game when everything is on the line.
The give to the left. Nice move there. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Looking for space, it's Walker. Fighting off the defender. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the 4th quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
He'll do it himself. Nice move there. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Got enough space. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
And that was the biggest play of the game. They've got the lead offensively. They're trying to run this thing out. He coughs it up. The defense jumps on it, and all of a sudden, this game has a different feel.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
They'll give it to the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Jackson will throw. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be 4th down.
Man, and that was a drive to forget right there. Like, they wanted to create some space, get out of their own end zone, and maybe flip the field, but that offense got nothing going, and they're going to have to punt from their own end zone.
The Knights send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. A fair catch is called for. It'll give them great field position. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. This time they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive, Reese. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football. Put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now, and they just got to make more plays.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Here's the handoff. This time they stop him in the backfield, and that has been a rare sight in this game tonight.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fires downfield. He's got an open man. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Gonna run it. It's Walker. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st.
And they say a quarterback's best friend is a good run game and a good running back. I think he agrees. Over 150 yards on the day. I don't even think I need a quarterback the way he's been running the football all game long.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Absolutely center cut.
Well, that's a huge kick right there because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent now. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big moment.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got a man. It's Hughes. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
And that's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. The Knights can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll try the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Jackson gonna throw it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. With the catch, it's Hughes. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they not only knocked him down behind the line, they also put him back under the century mark for the day.
Thinking about using a timeout right here after that run play. And listen, I get you're trying to keep the defense off guard, but you're losing this game. You've got to throw the football. Now is the time. You've got to be aggressive, trailing in this 2-minute situation.
Looking to fire. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the key, but they are going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Thomas. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
In this offense, they got another positive game, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get 1st downs and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
4th down, got to have it here. Throwing right. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation.